Hi, everybody. I want to tell a little story, a story of what happened with me. And the year was 1984. And in 1984, I had just gotten out of college with a business degree from the University of Nebraska, of which was pretty much worthless and has since been worthless. So, pretty much a waste of my time to go to the University of Nebraska and get a business degree. But since being from a family farm, I had the bright idea of going back and maybe putting a little crop in the ground and making some money. So the year was 1984, and this is a historic graph of corn prices going clear back into, it looks like 1912. So as you can see, corn prices have been, up and down from 1912 until the year I started growing corn. And the year I started growing corn was 1984, which was this year right here. It's $3.46 and $3.46 and $3.46.50 a bushel. Okay, that's what we thought at the time was a horrible price. In fact, I remember when we were hauling the corn into the elevators, the guys that were dumping our corn into the pits or into the grain bins were kind of laughing at us as farmers, saying, "You're giving this corn away." They thought at $3.46.50 we were giving a corn away, and we probably were. They thought the feedlots were buying it dirt cheap. And I farmed for about another 10 years, and you can see what happened to the corn price. It pretty much bottomed out here in 1986, 1987, 19. The best year after that was 1996, and that happens to be the year I left the farm. I left the farm in 1996. That was the best price. It was $4.41, and that was the highest price. But when I look at the corn price today, it's virtually the same as it was in 1984. So from 1984, it's around $3.46, and right now, get this thing out of the way. Right now, it's $3.11. So tell me what the fuck's going on in the farm. I mean, how can you take and raise corn in this day and age and get the same price for the corn as you're getting today? You're not going to make it. This is crazy stuff. And people that are farming today and putting this corn in the ground, they're losing money every time they turn around in the field. Now, I know they have genetically GMO food, or they have the Roundup Ready crop where they don't have to cultivate it. They don't have to plow. They don't have to do as much tillage as they used to do. But this is crazy to see these corn prices so low that you cannot make any money at these prices unless you're doing something, extraordinary, like maybe having 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 acres. But if you're on a typical small farm of these days, maybe around 1,500, 2,000 acres, maybe more, they cannot spread the costs out far enough to absorb these kind of prices. This is where the middle class in our country is falling apart. You got a lot of people out in the heartland that are trying to make a living at these kind of prices, and it just ain't working. And when you got this kind of price, $3.11 um, here in August, and it's right around the corner when this corn's going to be harvested. In fact, they're probably starting to put away some wet corn now. Chop some corn, put some wet corn away, some high moisture corn. So there's not a lot of place for this thing to go up. So anyway, I feel for these guys. They are in big hurt raising this $3.45 corn. There's just no way anyone's ever going to make it on $3.40 corn. We couldn't make it on $3.36 corn back in 1984, 83. We were having trouble. We couldn't get bank loans, and we were having hard time purchasing equipment and all the other stuff that we were trying to do. It was a disaster back then. And you're talking about, buying tractors back then that were maybe $20,000, $25,000. not 250 million or 25 million, or not 25, yeah, it would be a $15 million tractor or $10 million tractor or whatever they're costing these days, or a $2 or $3 million tractor. There's just no way you're going to come out on some of this stuff. Just absolutely no way. Just a complete disaster. So anyway, the farm economy has got to be hurting more than we're hearing, more than we ever know. And the people out there on the farm have got to be absorbing some, extraordinary losses for years like this. When I was farming, we had these really low prices. They always had the PIC program. It'd bring you back a little bit of money, but not much. In fact, that's how I got involved with it. As I was looking around for something to do, and one of the neighbors come over and said, "Okay, come on over. I got some PIC certificates. You want to? I'll sign them over to you, and you can farm the land this year." And that's what got my first farming operation going. And I think I farmed 200 or 300 acres. And I think one year I farmed about 600 acres. But I just had myself and another kid, and we farmed about 500, 600 acres. I never made any money at these prices. That's why I quit in '96. I quit to go back to school. I went to try to become a lawyer. I was going to try to go. I went to law school, and that didn't work out either. So that was a big waste of time. So between the college education, the farming, and a law degree, um, I pretty much got screwed. So until I got into the business of creating and making websites and online marketing, that's when my life started getting a lot better. But up to that point, everything I was doing was just digging myself a deep hole. So, and there was a few other businesses that I had along the way at a restaurant, and that didn't do very well anyway. But anyway, this commodity thing, this foreign commodity thing, is in the effing tank. And until they can pull this thing out, our farm economy, our farmers, our middle class, the people that drive and make the economy go in the Midwest are in serious hurt, because this just can't go on very much longer like this. We can't have this huge, in 2012, 2013, have these prices, and then in 2015 and 16, have these prices. No way, not going to work. So until somebody wants to do something about this, and I hear very few people talking about it. I don't even hear Donald Trump or Hillary talking about that. The farming is in the toilet, and that's all there is to say it. It's just in the toilet without much way of getting around it. So that's what it is, and what it is not good. So I want to point that out. More people should know about this, and more people should realize this, and probably more people should understand that a lot of the farmers are going to have to get some subsidies to stay going. So anyway, that's what it is. And I'm sure the last thing the farmer wants anybody to think is that he's getting a government handout, like as if he was on some sort of a welfare program. But that's about what it's going to take to keep him going. So I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much.